Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning. Awesome. I'm asking you now to stand as we sing our congregation song. So. There was a time in my life I thought I'd have to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, here we are, discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day. Got to let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Mother's Day. So good to see you all. So we had celebration a la men today. And we thank you. Yes, we do. We're also going to have some special songs today from Higher Ground there in the house. So we're looking forward to that. Our band, we love you. Just want to give you a little special loving. And one more thing. Our girl, our person, our love, our ASL signer just completed seminary. It's a big deal, baby. Yes, it is. Oh, that's a 3-year commitment. That's a lot of moving and shaking and learning. And then there's that hidden curriculum thing where it just breaks you open and you see all your stuff and you're like, oh, okay. I'll work on that too. So kudos, 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 baby. Kudos. So much going on. Do you feel like the energy is all bubbling? Yeah, it feels good. So I didn't even mention who I am. I'm Reverend Cherie Taylor-Jones. I'm the minister here, and it's just so good to be part of this community. This is Unity Church of the Hills, and if you're joining us online, we super appreciate you being part of the family. And I want to tell you, if you're in Austin, you need to get your butt here because the energy does not translate. Yes, you're connected to us and we feel that, but come on, folks, when you're here, it's different, isn't it? Yeah, it's like to the 10th degree. So come on in. And if you're first-timers here, we welcome you. This is a loving community. We include and accept all. If you're human and you're bipedal, whatever that word is, you're welcome. And we're glad that you're here and part of the community. It is my honor to say that we have a volunteer of the month, and it is Sandra Vella, and I'm going to let the video play.
Hi, I'm Sandra Vella, and I appreciate the honor of being selected for Volunteer of the Month at Unity Church of the Hills for May. I volunteer here as mostly around adult education. I work with the spirit groups. I've been a prayer chaplain. I like to do the behind-the-scenes spiritual development part of what the church provides for us. It is the thing that gave me the greatest joy and helped me on my path through Unity Church of the Hills, and where I'm currently a candidate for licensed Unity teacher as well. So that's the path I chose, and there's so many opportunities that I've been able to take advantage of here at Unity Church of the Hills to give through the church that I receive so much more from. So I'm so grateful for this, and I also want to just continue to encourage you to find a place where you will fit in, where you can benefit from this wonderful gift and opportunity that the church gives us to volunteer through the church in order to develop ourselves and be the best people that we can be out in the world. So thank you for the honor again, and I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Sandra, just when I arrived here, just said, whatever you need, Rev, I've got you. You know? So that was my introduction to you. And if she says something, she means it. She has been a partner in crime and love and spirit since I've arrived here, and I greatly, greatly appreciate all that you do for us.
Thank you, Rev. I appreciate you so much. And all of you. Thank you very much. And it's my honor now to lead the congregation in our prayer, our opening prayer. Now I invite you to close your outer eyes, to release all that has come before, that got you here, all that, leave it aside. And also release that which is coming in the future, our beautiful rest of our day, and just release that for now. And take a deep breath, a deep centering breath. And allow yourself to be here now. To connect with that part of you that never entered the stream of time. That part of you that is the deepest, closest, knowing within you, expressing as you, that beautiful God spot in you. And allow that to be your only focus, to fill you, to align you, to bring to you that connection to source, the allness that there is expressing now in you. Feel it and allow it to shift your attitude to gratitude, to the gratitude for this moment, for this knowing, for your very life and breath. And then allow it to shift your attitude and gratitude and awareness to this community, for all those that put this beautiful service together, all those that serve here through this church, for you, for each other. Feel that sense of gratitude. And the beautiful mantra you can hold is just thank you, thank you, thank you. That's a beautiful mantra. Stay in that space as we express our gratitude and appreciation for all those who express the energy of mother, of nurture, of love that we receive and that we are able to give and feel for one another. And we hold all those who are feeling less than connected, less than aligned, less than present to that very true sense of who they are. And we lift them as we lift our hearts. And we allow that to go forth, to fill this space and beyond and beyond and beyond, and to lift all. The names, whichever names come up for you, include them in this beautiful circle of love. Whichever places, situations, concerns, allow them to be included in this beautiful expression and expansion of your love. This is our prayer. We hold the world and each other in this bubble of love, knowing that all is in divine order, and we can allow all our concerns to be left in this altar of love, and we will be inspired to take divine action as needed, when needed, and we trust that that is true. And with that attitude of gratitude, we let it be. And so it is. Amen.
This morning I want to remind you that the adage, time flies when you're having fun. Is it not? Well, we get to say congratulations, Rev Cherie, on your 1-year anniversary as Senior Minister at UCOH. The road may not have been easy, but it led you exactly where you were destined to be. And Reggie Strickland, our program director, has put together a very short video of just a little bit of what Cherie's been doing over the last year. Let's see if we can get a sniffle, a chuckle, or maybe both from our Reverend. Let's play the video.
Hello, everyone. This is Rev Cherie Taylor-Jones, and I am super excited because this Sunday, I start the spiritual journey with you as your new senior minister. I can't wait for us to get started together, and I'm really looking forward to getting to know each and every one of you and just hearing where you are, how you're doing, and connecting with you. We're going to be talking about unity. The dictionary has a wonderful definition about unity. It is the state of being united or joined as a whole. And that's what I see for us here at Unity Church of the Hills. That each of us knows that we are welcomed, that we belong here. Wherever we are in our beliefs, it doesn't matter because each of us is necessary. I hope you're hearing that. Each one of you is sacred to the wholeness and to the well-being of Unity Church of the Hills. See you Sunday as we celebrate this new beginning for all of us.
Reggie, you did good. Although there was no Matrix Trinity jacket up there, the smoking jacket from last week, I loved it. Now, for extra credit, how many outfits were there? Did you count them? Next up, Unity stands with Ukraine. The staff have worked very, very hard to vet certain charities. And they've come up with a list of 8 of them, and they did them in rotation, but now all 8 are up on the website. So you get to go there, you get to see what lights you up, see what gives you the passion, and then donate money, because we know that money donated with joy has a greater impact. The money goes directly to those charities. They do not go through UCOH. Next week, we have a new member and board reception. It doesn't matter whether you're a new member or not, or whether you've been coming for a while. It's your chance out there on the patio to meet with other members and board members and to ask them and to chat and to just generally find out exactly who we are as a community. So you're welcome out there directly after service. There will be food on the patio next week. Our vision statement. Reverend Cherie has said our vision statement is what we're looking towards, what we're going to be. So if you agree that this is where you want to be and you're willing to go with us, let's say this together. We are an ever-expanding community of love and acceptance where lives are transformed. Thank you.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Oh, then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and you know it's gonna be a lovely day. Lovely day, 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 lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, oh, then I look at you look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
Lovely day. Then I look at you, and the world's all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, lovely day. I see lovely day, 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 lovely day.
Yes, it was. Lovely. Lovely. Do you see the talent that we have? It's amazing. Roderick, Reggie, absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Thank you. See, your moms drag you to church. You get like music, elevation. Oh, I'm really happy to be here, and happy Mother's Day, right? Happy Mother's Day. Now, many of us know the history of this holiday. It was started by Anna Jarvis in 1907. She wanted to commemorate her mom. And then in 1914, it became a national holiday. But did you know, back in the Middle Ages, there was such a thing called Mothering Sunday in Britain. And what that was that the fourth Sunday of Lent, all the sons and daughters went back home to go to their mother church. And the mother church was the church that they grew up in, by home. So that was Mothering Sunday. Today, all across the world, everyone celebrates Mother's Day. Here in the US, it's the second Sunday of May, where other places, different times a year. For example, in the UK, they still follow that Lenten tradition. Mother's Day there is on the fourth Sunday of Lent, and it was March 27th this year. When I was over there, it was very confusing for me because I was like, what? In March? In April? Why is Mother's Day here? So I had to do a little searching myself to figure out why. Now, on Mother's Day, you know, there's many beliefs wrapped up in what does Mother's Day mean? Last year, I spoke about the archetype of the Great Mother, and that we have imbued all of these beliefs and expectations around motherhood, right? There's a deep psychological belief and expectations of what mom should be, and many of them aren't even real. Well, last year after my talk of the Great Mother, some folks came up to me and they were like, oh, we so appreciate your talk. Thank you for your authenticity, reminding us that not all of us have great mothers. The other half of the community were not really happy with me. And they weren't happy because in their minds they have an expectation of what Mother's Day needs to look like. They wanted to be loved and elevated and celebrated. And this year, I even had a friend suggest that, why don't you talk about the divine feminine? That's in everyone, and then we can avoid any kind of, people who have trouble with mom. Maybe that'll be next year. So hold on. And the thing is, as a spiritual leader, it's an interesting challenge to be in service and in support to everyone. And sometimes with holidays, we all have our experiences and our expectations on what the holidays should look like from our past experiences. And sometimes it's really tough for a minister to please everyone, to get it right. And so where do I fall down on this? Hopefully not fall down, but where do I align with this? My truth is that I listen to spiritual guidance. Spiritual guidance tells me what I need to speak about, and then mine is to speak about it boldly. So that's the agreement that I have with Spirit. So, gentlemen, today I'm going to be speaking to the women because we're going to be talking about motherhood. But that doesn't mean you get to check out. Let's be clear on that. What it means is you get to listen to it from a different perspective, from the perspective of how would these things support the women in my life? With me? And for the women, if I strike a sentiment and you really resonate with it, shout out an amen anytime you want. All right. So this Mother's Day, what I'm called to speak about is the supermom syndrome that is part of our society. But before we do that, what I want to do is I want to look at defining the word mother. The M-O-T-H seems to be cut off from that display. Is it cut off on yours? Yes, it is. Okay, so the dictionary has 3 definitions for mother. The first one is a noun, and then there are 2 verbs. The first as a noun is a woman in relation to her child or children. The second one as the first verb is give birth to. Now, both of those definitions seem quite simple enough, right? Mother is a biological function, someone who gives birth to a child, or a relational function in where a woman has a relationship to her child, whether it's adopted, surrogate, or birthed. But it's the second definition of the verb there that really can cause us some issues and concerns. The definition is to bring up a child with care and affection. With care and affection. And that's where it gets dicey, my friends. It gets dicey because there's no formula. What's enough care and affection? What does it look like, right? And then you have different children with different needs, and then you have moms with different skill sets. And the perception of care and affection will also differ between cultures, countries, ethnicities, and even time periods. It wasn't until the late 1900s that the appropriate care up until that point meant if a child misbehaved, corporal punishment was what you did to show that you cared about your child. That's a new change, pretty recent, in the history of humans. So when we look at what a mother is and what a good mother is, be aware that we're using the lens, our perception, to make that determination. Now, I want to give you a little bit of then and now. So mothering and keeping the home was a full-time job until the economic shift happened in the 1970s. And according to the Economic Policy Institute, there was a great shift in risk. And it was called the Great Risk Shift. And basically, what that meant is there was a rise in the family income's volatility, right? It was unstable. And what it documented was that there was a shift of economic risk from government and employers to workers and families. What does that mean? It means dwindling health coverage, You and I both know one catastrophic health event can ruin a family financially. It was a shift of employers not taking care of workers into retirement and beyond anymore. It really became based on families and the individual's responsibilities. And this was a huge shift for us culturally. It was a shift from moms being at home with their snacks and conversations for kids when they got home from school to latchkey kids taking care of themselves and letting themselves in at home because both parents were forced to work. And then there's another piece to this, the divorce rates. Right around 1970, divorce rates skyrocketed because for the first time ever, we could say irreconcilable differences as a reason for the divorce. Now, for those who are feminists and want to throw something at me, please don't. Just wait a minute. What I'm speaking about is women who wanted careers always were there, right? I'm a career woman. I've known that I wanted to be a career woman from however tall, right? So there have always been women in our society that wanted careers. What I'm talking about is that because of this economic shift, it was no longer viable for women who wanted to be moms at home with their children. That was no longer an option on the average. With me now? Okay. So if these women wanted to be a mom, guess what? They did it while they were working full-time, still believing that they had to be the perfect mom and the perfect wife. And then we wonder why so many women were exhausted. So that brings us to the term of supermom. Do you remember this advertisement? It was for Angelique perfume, right? It was da-da-da-da, I can bring home the bacon, da-da-da-da, fry it up in a pan, da-da-da-da, and never, never let you forget you're a man. Why? 'Cause I'm a woman, right? That's right, supermom, never got tired. Always ready to please her man, while working a full-time job, taking all the things that she used to do as a stay-at-home mom. So you know, I'm saying this ad was written by a guy. And I'm right, by the way, I checked it out. According to New York Times writer Lisa Sellen Davis in her article titled, "Is 2021? Why is supermom still around?" writes that the traits of supermom came to look like this. The archetypal female who is both a career woman and a housewife, and whose to-do list spans cooking, cleaning, parenting, earning a substantial paycheck, and satisfying her husband, all without a hair out of place. And then another layer happens with modern motherhood took on the model of intensive mothering. And that happened in the 80s, and yes, that's a real term. And it happened in the 80s when work life, the hours got a lot longer. And so women were feeling exceedingly not good enough, right? So then there was this intensity of, all right, what about the food? What are the food that the kids are eating? How much TV time are they getting? How much video game times are going on? Stranger danger. You see, women have been over-functioning, trying to perform all the roles and fill in the gaps. And let's face it, society doesn't have to look at what's not working when supermoms overwork themselves. Society doesn't have to be concerned with public policy or workplace reform when women are sacrificing themselves, their sanity, and their well-being. A founding editor of Ms. Magazine, Letty Cotton Pogrebin, said, "So many people benefit when women overproduce, when women feel judged and therefore have to become so performative, when women are made to compete with each other, whether it's for men, for jobs, or for the title of best mom. So here's my invitation to you and why we're having this conversation, because I'm inviting you to not overfunction. I'm inviting you women to not overfunction. You're more than a supermom. Working at work, then coming home, cooking, cleaning, and then now we've got this activity overload of the kids' activities that moms are like chauffeuring all the kids all over the place, right? That is not a soul-filled life. You deserve time to connect with yourself and to connect with spirit. And you know what the other part is? The other part is that what we do and how we do it are examples to others. Do you want our daughters and our granddaughters believing that they have to be overfunctioning in their relationships, at work, and at home? Do we want our sons and grandsons to have expectations that they are entitled to only pull 30% of their weight in a relationship? Do we continue to use language that informs our children that if dad does any chores around home, he's helping us out? Dads and husbands aren't helping us out around the house because they are partners with us. They helped make the kids. They helped make the mess. They get to clean up as well. So what do we do about this? I'm hearing resonance. What if you were the catalyst to breaking the cycle of supermom? What if you create a new way of partnership with whomever you're in a relation with? This is a call to break from the binary roles of women should do X and men must do Y. This is a call to release the belief that to be a great mom, you have to be a supermom. So this is a time to give ourselves and our children the value of being good enough. Children benefit from parents that make mistakes and fail. Did you know that? And according to an article written by Carla Naumburg, The Gift of the Good Enough Mother, she writes this: children need their mother or primary caretaker to fail them in tolerable ways on a regular basis so that they can learn to live in an imperfect world. Children need to learn in small ways every day that the world doesn't revolve around them, that their every request won't be honored, and that their behavior impacts people. This is a gift, my friend. This is a gift of cognitive development for the child, for them to be exposed to the realities of the external environment. And without these gifts of imperfection, they won't learn that it's okay to feel bored or annoyed or sad or disappointed. They won't learn time and again that life can be painful and frustrating, but guess what? They'll get through it. In short, building our children's resilience is the gift of the good enough mother. And what about us? Is there any gift to us about being imperfect? Looks that way to me. It's an opportunity for us to breathe, for us to let go of control, and to decide in this moment that we can trust that God's got us, and that our highest self is guiding us even in the errors and the mistakes. Even in the errors and mistakes. That this too is a divine moment unfolding. Our imperfection is a gift to let all the minutiae drop and really focus on what has meaning for us, what really matters to us. It gives us an opportunity to be fully present in the moment. You see, we aren't whirling around at a frenetic pace, so busy and overwhelmed that we miss connecting with Spirit, with ourselves, and with our beloveds, be they in adult form or child form. But the greatest gift we give our children in being good enough moms is the ability for them to witness it's perfectly normal to be imperfect. It's perfectly normal to be imperfect. You see, it's normal to not be able to do it all. Because trying to do it all is unsustainable for life. In being good enough, we give people around us permission to embrace being in the question, being in the not knowing, being imperfect. Our imperfection will support them in allowing others to simply be. That it's okay for them to not do anything. What a concept. They can be okay with not doing something, with not being productive in that moment. Accepting our imperfections allows us to be more compassionate, right? When we make those errors, I'm like, oh, I did that. So when you do that, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you're human, right? It leaves room for Spirit to have its way with us and allows us to be authentic and walk in integrity. So I realize that I'm inviting you to do something that is completely against the dominant narrative. Our overfunctioning and burnout are celebrated in society. When we see a woman doing things beyond healthy standards, we elevate that person and go, look, that's success. And I remind you, God is in the breath. God is in the breath, waiting for you to slow down and remember the truth. You are divinity in skin. So today I'm inviting you to be a good enough mom. Take yourself off the cross. Come on down. Throw the supermom cape away. And embrace the gift of imperfection. Slow down. Breathe. One final thought. I know, moms, you're here because you love your kids and you want the best for them. But I'm here to remind you, you are simply a caregiver of a soul on a journey. That's your role. And their journey is to make mistakes, to learn and grow from them. Allow them. Allow them. Now, here in Unity, we know that motherhood comes in all manners of ways. So I'm going to honor a lot of women with a blessing that comes from Martha Creek. Do you guys remember Martha Creek? She did my installation. So she wrote this. To those who gave birth this year to their first child, we celebrate you. To those who lost a child this year, we mourn you. To those who are foster moms, mentor moms, spiritual moms, we need you. To those who have warm and close relationships with their children, we celebrate you. To those who have disappointment, heartache, and distance with your children, we sit with you. To those who lost their mothers this year, we grieve with you. To those who step-parent, we walk with you on these complex paths. To those who envisioned lavishing love on grandchildren, yet that dream is not to be, we grieve with you. To those who will have emptier nests in the upcoming year, we grieve and slightly rejoice with you. To those who wanted kids and weren't able to, forgive us when we say foolish things. We don't mean to make this harder than it is. And I'm adding 2 more. To those who mother fur babies, we honor your relationship. And to those dads who are both mother and father, we cherish you. Namaste.
I've decided to be happy. I've decided to be glad. I've decided to be grateful for all I ever had. I've decided to let go of all this pain tonight. I've decided to let go of all these demons inside. I know I am blessed. I know all I ever wanted was this. I know I don't need more. I've got what I came for. I've decided to be open to the little voice inside, telling me I'm beautiful. It's okay to be alive. I've decided to be kinder to myself when I feel sad. I've decided to be grateful for all I ever had. I know I am blessed. I know all I ever wanted was this. I know I don't need more. I've got what I came for.
Thank you. Higher ground. Thank you. And you see our Jennifer Chavez is in there too. I don't know where she finds the time to do it all, but oh my gosh. So if you're willing, let's prepare for meditation. Find a comfortable seat. Allow your spine to be erect. And allow your feet to be grounded in Mother Earth. Take that nice deep breath in. Sigh it out. One more time. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. And bring your beautiful energy and consciousness and mind here to this moment. When Sandra prayed earlier, she said, just let everything else go and just be present. So I'm reminding you to be fully present and fully engaged. As we come together in this moment of gratitude, Mother's Day can be bittersweet. And so I want you, in your mind's eye, to go back to a sweet moment in time. If you're the mother or if you're the child, it's okay, either one. Go back to that really precious moment where the two of you were connected, love surrounded you. There was just ultimate joy, safety, and unconditional love. Do you have that picture in your mind? Look at those two brilliant souls. How much they loved each other. This is a snapshot of truth. This is a snapshot of truth. Maybe things got in the way. Life got busy. Issues came. And we forgot that snapshot of truth. That you were always loved. That you are the beloved. Hold that snapshot of truth. Move it into your heart chakra area and feel it pulsating lightly. And allow that feeling of joy, love, belonging to just permeate throughout your entire body. This snapshot of truth. Allow it. And know, regardless of all the other stories, regardless of all the other experiences, this snapshot of truth is real. Take a moment to feel what that feels like in your body in this moment of silence. And at the sound of my voice, I invite you to bring your awareness to that beautiful snapshot in time and allow that to be your precious memory of motherhood or of your mother. Take a nice deep breath and exhale. One more deep breath in and exhale. And when you're ready, feel the chair beneath you, your feet on the floor. Maybe flutter your eyes open and be here now. Namaste.
Good morning. No, we were talking about supermoms and some of the things that go under that term, but I would like to make one little comment. I have a mom that is super, and as you can tell, I turned out pretty all right, amen? And I'm not saying that just because my mama is over there. But all of us here today have a superpower, and that superpower is giving. And it is now time for our offering. So it's time for us to channel that superpower, because when you push out your power, when you use your force, that force comes back to you as a return blessing. Amen? So I want you all to channel your inner super beings as you prepare for this giving time. Now, you can give with a check. You can give in cash. We like the kind that folds, but we'll accept the kind that jingles. You can give with this new thing called cryptocurrency. And if you're channeling your superpowers, you don't have to be afraid of this crypto, because you're not Superman. This one works. So there are multiple ways, and as the ushers come forth, I would like us to channel our powers and say our affirmation. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I circulate, and I am grateful.
Overdue and overdressed, under blankets as old as earth. Through the seasons there's a reckoning of how we die and we take birth. So in between our holy whispers, in the marketplace of our dreams, we dance, dance, dance for all the beauty and all the obscene. 'Cause life is short and it's our duty to shake it up while we can, to be worn, ragged and used up by Great Spirit's hands, by Great Spirit's hands. Doobity-doo, ba-dum-dum-dum, doobity-doo, ba-dum-bum-bum, doobity-doo, ba-dum-bum-bum, doobity-doo. Walk outside, there is no doorway, only wet ground from the rain. And the dewdrops live in treetops, they know nothing of personal gain. And all the leaves they will fall, yeah, the leaves they will fall, and we will do the same, yeah. So we dance, dance, dance for all the treetops and the skies that give rain. So life is short and it's our duty to shake it up while we can, to be worn, ragged and used up by Great Spirit's hands, by Great Spirit's hands. Doobity-doo, ba-dum-bum-bum, doobity-doo, ba-dum-bum-bum, doobity-doo, ba-dum-bum-bum, doobity-doo. In the morning, a child will come to us, an old woman will go the other way. Through the tunnel of dark and light, birth and death, it's one and the same. And does the dragonfly get lonely as she dies in the palm of my hand? I offer it up, all I do, and don't understand. 'Cause life is short and it's our duty to shake it up while we can, to be worn, ragged and used up by Great Spirit's hands, by Great Spirit's hands. Doobity-doo, ba-dum-bum-bum, doobity-doo, ba-dum-bum.
So, sweet Spirit, we come with open hearts and gratitude for all these gifts, that were given in love and in joy and expansiveness. We see not only as it supporting our community, but going beyond the doors out to the Austin community for their good as well. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. Hi. So many of you know Graham is my hubby, and he
I'm not on yet.
and I think he's a minister in training. What do you think?
Announcer in training, I think. We here are truly honored to have a fabulous group of prayer chaplains. And if you've ever been prayed with them and they've stood in front of you and looked you in the eyes and said a prayer and a blessing, it is an amazing experience. And we get this every Sunday. Out the doors of the foyer, turn left, turn right, go to the chapel. It's a sacred space. Make use of it. They're donating their time, their energy. Yeah, I can't say any better than that. Kids choir camp. Kim from Celebration, that fabulous talent that we have, she is going to be leading a kids choir camp from Tuesday to Friday, June the 21st through the 24th. That's 4 days. And then on Sunday, they get to perform as part of the service. So yeah, that's pretty cool. What's happening next week? Next week, we have the honor and privilege of Rick Busby as our guest speaker. Yeah, kudos. Yeah, absolutely. And he's going to be talking on what are the stories we tell ourselves about a successful life? Does it mean fame, fortune, and power? So join us next Sunday when Rick asks us to reframe success. What if simply remembering your divinity and being loved by God is a successful life? Join us. Your presence is anticipated and expected. Come on, kids.
Hello, everyone. Happy Mother's Day to our mothers. We are so grateful for our moms and our kids and for all that they are learning, and we bless them and their love offering. And now we're going to hear from Foster, who's going to tell you what they learned today.
We learned that we are children of God, and God gives abundance.
Woo-hoo.
Thank you, Foster.
You did good. I liked it. All right, are you guys ready for the prayer of protection? Yes? Okay, let's do this together, everyone. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Woohoo! Thank you, kids. You go back to your classrooms, and mom, dad, grandparents will pick you up. Celebration, come on out. Matt, thank you so much for the beautiful underpinning on the meditation. It was gorgeous, gorgeous. Everyone, happy Mother's Day.